What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the BallGame podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Pete.
I'm Tom.
I'm Chris.
NBA pod today, a bunch to talk about. We're going to have Tom give us his all-NBA team so far, 1 through 3, all of that. We're going to potentially debate that, see if you have them correct or not, as I texted in the chat.
Correct.
Oh, are you sure about that?
I know I have it correct.
I have faith.
If you don't have it correct, that's on
I
you.
trust.
If you don't know ball, that's not my problem.
Oh,
Oh,
all right. Okay.
Shit.
Not only that, we're going to talk about a team that has disappointed us so far this season in the Orlando Magic with a hot start and a very cold second half of the season so far. And then lastly, we're going to talk about, as opposed to the disappointments this year, some surprises, some guys that we're excited to see more of for the rest of the season, some guys that have surprised us to this point in the year. So yeah, a bunch to talk about. NBA is heating up. NBA is heating up right now. We're getting very close, just about a month away now to the playoffs. So, and March Madness basketball.
I was about to say, bro,
other stuff.
The NBA games have been good, but the college games have been hitting like crack.
Oh, yeah.
March
And
Madness coming on, baby.
It's just gonna conference tournaments and shit. It's gonna heat up. UNC is playing their best ball right now. We still have a chance, a
They're
fighter's
hot.
chance.
You
They're
know
playing
what?
good ball right
They're
now.
hot.
out
so-
of all the teams that you're like, you switch to different states to be a fan of, that's my favorite team, UNC.
It's
well, that's the one I care about the most.
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm
and if
really...
I wasn't a Jets fan, it would be the Dolphins too, because I do like the Dolphins.
all decked out in the powder blue today.
I
So
am.
Yeah, it's fire.
I was at my grandparents the other night, and they ordered a pizza, and I go to the door. I had my UNC hoodie on, and the guy, I go to the door, and I go like this to grab the pizza from him, and he just stands there, and he's staring at me, and I'm like, hello? And he's like, that's the right hoodie. I said, oh, thanks.
Matter of fact, hold it.
And then he was talking to me like, yeah, he was
Hold
talking to me
tip.
like, I'm the UNC fan. He's like, man, I really think we were looking good this year. I said, yeah. And he said something about the coach. Apparently, he's not a fan of the coach. I said, yeah, it's no Roy, but he's doing all right. Whatever.
He's not no Roy.
He's not no Roy, but he's doing
He's-
all right. Yeah.
what,
Not
you're not a fan?
Roy. Hubert Davis, he went to a fucking final. He went to a national championship game, bro.
I mean,
He's been coaching for 4 years and he's been doing natty. What am I supposed to say?
that's a
Haven't
good
bet you.
point.
The
No, it's
team's
true.
not that
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
St. John's
Good
just
St.
just did the
John's,
thing.
yo.
Yep.
St. John's could do the thing
Rick-
this year,
Rick
bro.
Pitino, he's got them boys playing.
Does
Bro,
have them
That's
boys
lit,
playing.
bro.
That
St.
would be-
John's
put us on
hasn't
the
been
map.
good in our entire
I know,
lifetime,
yeah.
bro.
Since the
Like,
90s, bro.
sick,
Since
yeah.
the Mullen 90s
Yeah.
or 80s.
If
Yeah,
they
I
go
mean,
on a little run, bro, it'll be lit, bro. If they go to like even just like the Sweet 16, but like if they go on win a few games in the tournament and everyone's talking about them, bro, it'd be sick.
Fun
Even
fact: Chris Mullen used to play pickup at the park that like my mom and her friends would hang out at. So he would just like cook everyone.
Yeah, Chris
Wow.
Mullen's
Yeah,
the guy,
he
bro.
was-
Chris
he
Mullen
was-
went to
imagine,
Severian.
imagine he's like pulling up to a court and you just don't know who he is, and you
Right.
see the 6'6", 6'7" white boy stepping on the court
Yep.
and just busting everybody's ass.
Yeah,
so
he would
Pause.
kill everyone.
Yeah.
No,
no
Chris
pause.
Mullen's a fucking king.
No
bro.
pause.
Chris Mullen is like that. Yeah.
Chris Mullen really is like that. Shout out to the St. John's team, man. Hopefully they put on for New York in the match.
Especially that like there's been like clips of Rick Pitino coming out all year where that like make him look like such an asshole, and he probably is, but like,
It's
hey,
working, bro.
if it ain't
Hey,
broke,
bro.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
being an asshole yields results. If I've
Yeah.
learned one thing in sports, being an asshole yields results.
Somebody
so.
said it recently about like LaMelo Ball, how like you got to have this swag, this like this cocky confidence. Like I think they said in the clip, every great has had that cocky confidence, and like LaMelo has it.
Yeah,
and,
they're
like,
doing mad good.
He's having
I
like
feel
the
like
best
you're
year he's ever
lacking
had.
that. I feel like you're missing out on your potential by not having
Facts.
that cocky like dickheadness.
You don't
Me?
brag about your offensive
Yeah.
lineman of the year.
You're the
award.
offensive
Bro.
lineman of the year, bro.
Bro.
You don't brag about that enough.
Yeah, no.
You
Sure.
you got ball knowledge.
You've
brother.
untapped potential in there, bro.
Yeah.
Should we do Oklahoma's on the podcast?
I think that'd be a great time. Speaking of great times, this past weekend we went to the St. Patrick's Day Parade, which is basically a West Brighton Christmas on Staten Island. So we had a mix of times. We had a mix of times.
I think we all had a great. I mean, I had a great time.
Yeah, it
I
was-
had a
I know we had a
phenomenal
phenomenal
time, yeah.
time.
It was fun. It was fun. I
Bro, we
enjoyed
saw
myself.
the admin, bro.
Yeah, we did see the admin.
Admin? What?
Hunts.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Oh my
for.
God, he
I thought you were
really
talking about
is
for
the
our
admin,
Discord. I was
No,
like,
no,
I was like,
no.
oh wait, I'm like,
Mango?
We should,
yeah, I was like, Mango wasn't there.
we should make him an admin for the Discord.
Yeah, it was a good time. We all enjoyed ourselves. We all got potentially. I was the most drunk I've ever been in my life. was paying for it yesterday.
Mm.
But you know,
I feel like I do like a peace sign emoji after that. Like I was the drunkest ever.
I had a rough, I had a
That's
rough time
so
yesterday
swagalicious.
morning. I went to the gym though.
whoa! I went to class. It was
I
not
went to
fun.
the
Wait, you
gym.
talking about yesterday?
Yeah.
I went
Good
to,
for you,
I mean,
nice.
I didn't have school till like 2:30, but
Mm.
I was supposed to
managed.
get a haircut and go to the gym.
Yo. I mean, your hair looks
I
fine.
mean, if only
I
one
need
got
a
done,
haircut,
yeah, it's
yeah.
good that it was the gym.
I'm gonna go after this. So.
No, it was so fun though.
Yeah.
Holbrook was like, it was packed, but like it really.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
yeah,
Dude,
it
I
really-
just don't do so well in the packed environments.
I like
that.
the outside.
Yeah, the outside was fine.
The outside
like, it
is
really
lit.
was.
How was the weather?
Freezing, but
Yeah.
like you couldn't feel it.
It was so. It
Yeah.
was nice because everyone was out there, so
Yes.
it wasn't really
Right.
that cold.
Bro, we
but I'd
got
much
to-
rather be outside. Like I hate being inside.
Yeah.
In the bars. It
No, inside is
smells.
rough.
Yeah.
People stink, bro. People be farting, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a
OD.
pe-
Yo,
like, people
the
be
silent
farting
Eggy
in the
farts
bar,
in a
bro.
club and you don't know who did it is like
Yeah,
the
bro.
most disgusting.
Like people
is like-
really be farting in the bars, bro. It's like relax, dude. We're all standing on top of each other, like
It's terrible.
especially when there isn't outside.
That
Right,
should
right.
actually
Like,
be
go
like
outside.
that should actually be like an assault charge. like that's just like a stealth. Like it's so stealth. You're just dancing, having a great time. You're like
And bro,
yes.
nobody's ever gonna know.
You'll never
Nobody's
know.
ever gonna
Never know.
It's you.
Like don't lie. Everybody's guilty of doing one in the club, right?
Of course I
Yeah,
have.
It's
yeah, yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
And when you do it, it's like you're just sitting there like
You're just waiting for.
and all of a sudden you see dude on the side like dancing. Yo, you see him dancing, and all of a sudden his face changes. What the fuck? Who the fuck? Who the fuck farted? And you see him start tweaking out with their group. You're like, everybody's like, oh.
And then you
oh,
start having the
oh.
same
And
reaction.
then,
like,
and then-
yo, who
and then
did
I see
that?
this going on, and I'm like, you know, just like walk away. Or you stand there and you're just
You
like,
act like
No, and you're like,
You're like, oh my
yeah, you gotta
god,
play it
bro,
up.
what
Oh
the
my,
fuck?
bro, that was so bad. Oh my god.
And then you get up on your podcast and talk about how people are ripping ass in the bar.
it was you when it was you.
I wasn't even there. I wasn't even there. Bro.
Oh, happy birthday to your grandmother, by the
Yeah.
way.
Thank you. I
Facts,
appreciate
Yes, happy
preach.
birthday to your
Thank you. Thank
grandmother.
you. Chris, please invite me over for corned beef and corned beef and cabbage this year. Yeah. Yeah.
Pete's been dying for corned beef and cabbage.
Bro, it's been like 2 years. So like maybe this year we'll get it. Maybe on the three-peat, we'll see, you know?
I don't eat corned beef and cabbage on.
No.
No.
No, it's fire.
Not a
Cuz
fan-
see,
not a
this
fan
is
of
why I
that
get
shit, bro.
excited
Not a
cuz
fan
like
of that shit.
when we talk about it,
love
Chris-
corned beef.
bro, when Chris talks about it, like we'll be talking about it, he's quiet and all of a sudden he's like, bro, that shit's so good.
It's
And then
so
I'm like,
good,
bro,
bro.
please invite me over. Like, see, like, it's like an inner love. Like, he feels it in his soul. He didn't even eat it yet.
I don't know if I've ever really had it, to be honest.
I've definitely had it, but
Look, I've had like
You
a
have it
sandwich
all
from
together.
Harold's.
You layer it: the potatoes, the cabbage, the corned beef.
Do you do like a sandwich or do you just eat it
You
like?
could eat it on a sandwich.
That's how I've had it, like Harold's or something. Like the corned beef pastrami tower. You know what I'm talking about?
I know
Yeah,
the one.
that's like, bro, I love that.
What
That's like
I-
a once a year thing, but I want to make it.
I
more
love a
often.
pastrami sandwich.
Yeah,
one thing I
Had
did
one the other
discover
day, actually.
Arby's.
at our pregame, we were at a man's friend's house, and somebody brought bagels, and they were advertised as green bagels. So I went over.
Oh, I was
Word.
pissed.
None of them were green.
None of them were
but
green.
there was one that was green. So I grab it and I look at it. And
Is
there's
somebody slap your
No.
wrist? Tell me about that.
and
It
blueberry.
was blue, brother.
Nah, it was
Blue
green.
bagel.
It was
No,
definitely green.
it was. Tom, it was blue.
It was blue,
closer
Tom.
to purple than it was
Yeah.
to green.
No, it was like
Yes.
it was a blue green.
No,
No.
bro. It was
100%.
blue as fuck.
No, it was blue.
It was
Oh,
blue
it wasn't
as
like Smurf blue.
It was purple.
It was blue as fuck, bro. It was.
You
so-
couldn't have been that wrecked.
It was.
No, I
UNC
wasn't. That's
blue.
that's
It
why I'm
was
like standing
so
on it.
blue.
Like,
No, it
UNC
was so blue, bro.
All
I'm
right,
just
then I
wait. So
guess
what's the whole?
the whole
thing
point of
here,
the story
though?
was like blueberry bagels are good, but
Oh, it was blueberry or
Yeah.
blue colored?
Both.
apparently it was blue colored. I
Both.
thought it looked
Both,
green.
right? Yeah.
What was
But-
her name for hosting? Shout out to her, man.
Word, yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out.
I could never do something like that.
Shout
Can't
out.
host a big party like
I'll see you
that.
next time we do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
If everybody's invited back, I don't know if everybody acted like good boys.
We were all pretty solid.
Yeah, I
that
know, fuck
that
you.
dog acted out the most.
was a
honestly.
dog?
That dog was going
There was
crazy.
a dog.
That
What
dog
kind of dog?
was
Dog was on
nuts.
crazy.
What kind of dog?
Oh, like a little
Uh,
tiny fat dog.
I don't know. He was
That's
great,
my
though.
favorite. Like,
Bro,
like
little
pug?
tiny fat dog had the zoomies.
Yo, he was
though.
moving.
Bro was
He was
moving.
running a combine outside.
was moving outside.
He was doing fucking combine
Bro,
outside.
I'm tired I wasn't there because I wanted to meet the dog. Actually, now.
Oh,
Yeah.
the pup was adorable.
Yeah, the
though.
pup
Yeah.
was cool.
Pup was
Pup was
cool. Nah, it was a fun time.
Bro, I will say at
overall.
Hobart though, I went online for the porta potty.
Bro,
Homie, it took me like
was the worst.
40 minutes.
I remember last year.
Why didn't you just go
Bro.
inside and go to the bathroom?
Because I was outside, and I was like, I don't want to take the gamble that I go inside and it's a long line. So I got online there.
The line inside was worse than outside.
That's what I figured.
Go to the
Yeah.
back.
Oh.
Last
no
year
one
I
told
had
me
a
about
pee
that.
so bad, bro, and
I
it
low-key forgot about that too, and I
I didn't know.
there.
I didn't know all about that,
Bro,
but
Fonz let me in like 3 times.
I didn't know about
Bro.
all that. I totally would have used that, bro. I was online for like 40
I was
minutes.
getting girls in
Oh,
there and
yeah.
shit too.
All
It
of a
was great.
sudden, Rob the Apollo comes up. He's like, "Yo,
No,
I'm
no,
like, yeah,
no,
that
not
was-
like that. Not like that. Not like that. Not like that. Not like
He's
that.
getting girls in the men's bathroom. Yeah.
It wasn't a men's bathroom. It was an everybody's welcome bathroom.
Okay.
everybody's got
Whatever you say.
It was an all gender bathroom.
everybody's got to pee. Like, yo, this dude's taking a long ass shit.
So we're online for the porta potty, and like Rob comes up to me, and we're standing there, and then we're on there for a while, and then Colin just flies out of nowhere. He's like, "Tom, can I please go in front of you? Like, I have to piss so bad." I go, "Bro, I've been standing here for half an hour. You don't think I have to piss?"
bro, those bathroom lines will have you on your
But
hands
then-
and knees,
right.
bro. People come. I remember last year I was waiting. People come to me like, please, bro,
Yeah,
please
yeah.
let me go in front of you. I'm like, bro, I
And then-
can't.
and-
Like, first of all, people behind me are in
Right.
front of me or whoever.
The
fuck.
worst is like with your girlfriend.
Yeah,
Because like I feel like as a man, like
You gotta,
I,
like,
I
help,
could hold
yeah.
it. I could hold
Yeah.
it. Like if I need to hold it an extra 5 minutes, I could hold it an extra 5
Yeah.
minutes. But girls, when they gotta go, they gotta go.
Yeah.
Right.
So I always go into the front of the porta potty line begging, like, "Can my girlfriend please go in front
Nah,
of
people
you?"
come up to you
But
and say
they
that.
let
yeah,
you.
Yeah.
They let the girl.
They'll let the girl.
Yeah.
If you ask,
I
fuck
didn't,
you.
this girl asked me. I was like,
So what I did was when I
what
what I
It's like,
did
I
though was
get
I'd get Amanda to the front of the line. She'd go in, and as she came out, I'd just squeeze my way in there.
That's what everybody was doing
just
last year. Yeah.
squeeze
But
in.
then,
Just
like,
slide in there like
the longer you waited, like the more antsy everyone got. People were pounding on the door. Get the fuck
I
out!
gotta go. I gotta
Oh my god.
Bro, it was insane. But
God.
nah, this one guy wasn't there for mad long. We're like, is this guy taking a fucking shit?
I
Get the fuck out!
I can't lie, bro. When I went to that back bathroom,
tell me.
yeah.
You what?
I had to real bad, and I did. I did what I had to
No
do.
way, you
By
took
the
a-
way,
you took a
light
shit out of
the
Holbrook
light
yesterday?
was the light was
Something?
not working in that bathroom. So I'm sitting in the fucking darkness, just with my flashlight, checking when I'm wiping. Like, yo, is there
Checking if you did a
Am
ghost
I
wipe?
good?
Checking if you did a
Am
ghost
I
wipe?
good? It was
That's crazy.
It was something,
Nah,
bro.
but-
It was definitely
oh, bro,
something.
Shout out fucking Cody, man.
Shout out Cody.
Cody was hooking it up.
Shout out
Cody's the
everyone
man.
we saw at the parade.
Yes.
Who was
Everyone.
rocking
A
with
A
the
lot of
There were a
pod.
people,
ton of
a lot
people.
of people were rocking with the
A ton
pod.
of you guys
yeah.
were out there
Yeah.
like, yo, we
That
love the
was lit.
podcast. Like, a ton of you. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was dope. It was a lot of fun. But that was our discussion of St. Patty's Day, or
Yeah.
at least the big celebration of St. Patty's
Fun
Day that
times,
everyone
fun
looks
times, yeah.
out to. So we're gonna talk about the NBA now. What we're here to do.
Do our
And we're going to
jobs.
talk about some All-NBA teams. The 15 best seasons so far in the NBA. I like that there's no positional groupings anymore. They got rid of that a few years ago, which makes things a hell of a lot easier. You don't got to worry about pushing guys in there and stuff, like when DeAndre Jordan makes an All-NBA first team some time ago. So, Tom, go ahead. Floor is yours. I'm curious, who are the 15 best players in the NBA this year that qualify? By the way,
Right. That's what. So I was gonna say off the top, like there are players that don't qualify. Wemby does not qualify. Anthony Davis isn't gonna qualify. Trying to think if there's anyone else like notable. Like Franz Wagner, I would have loved to try and get on there, but he's not qualifying. Luca's not on there. So just those are the
Kyrie
important.
now. I don't know.
yeah,
Kyrie does if he, but it
Plays,
depends.
yeah,
So
yeah.
for now, he's still on there.
That's cool. Yeah.
But
he was crying at the free throw line.
Yeah,
right?
it looked bad.
He was
Yeah.
crying. Why was he crying?
Jeez, bro.
Kyrie hurt himself last night. His leg. Yeah. he
so
took
I
a
looked.
hard
They were
fall.
saying day to day, but I don't know.
What?
Oh,
Ow.
didn't
I
look
don't know. We'll
good.
see. Yeah. So right off the rip, the All NBA first team I thought was pretty simple. I think the top four are locks. Honestly, no, the whole thing's a lock. So we got in no order, so it's not like the first guy's MVP, whatever. Just as I thought of them.
These are the 5 guys.
These are the 5 guys on the All NBA first team: Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jason Tatum, Nikola Jokic, and LeBron James.
I can't argue with that. There's nothing against that.
Where's my king?
Oh no.
I
Yeah.
don't know, man.
Not the king, my king.
No, the king. Yeah, the king is there.
The king is there.
The king is
The
there.
king is
yes.
there. Our
Life.
king, it's tough, man. I don't know. The Lakers are like
Bro, it's LeBron.
Nah,
James.
I know.
Like, I
He's
don't- I
having
don't
a
know what
ridiculous
else.
season.
Yeah,
It's not
he's-
even fair.
he's
How are you shooting
fucking 40.
55%, 43 from 3 at
Right, like
40 years old, bro?
and like they're more of a contender than the Knicks right now, dare I say.
Bro, he's
Like,
having his best season in like 4 years
Bro.
now.
Like, there's not even words, bro. I don't even know. He amazes me, that king. I don't know. Like,
there are no words. He's all NBA.
bro,
first.
his
Like,
defense has just been insane. Like, just his activity, bro.
I
And
thought
it's
he didn't
just,
play defense.
I was texting Jaimo about it the other day, and I'm just like, bro, they're delusional because he's 6'9", 250, and still probably for his size one of the faster wing players in the NBA. And it's just like, obviously he's still a good defender, and we all know he just wasn't trying as much on defense,
Right. Yeah,
like
yeah.
because of the load he had to carry offensively, because Anthony Davis wasn't that type of player to take loads off of him. But Luka, clearly, like, just in terms of what you have to do and having the ball in your hands and tiring yourself out, and Luka is that, and he's taking the pressure off him. And LeBron's defense is just ramped up like crazy since Luka's been there, dude. Their defense has been elite, like best in
Without
the
Anthony
league.
It's unreal, bro.
Since the All-Star break, they've been the best defense in the league. It's absurd.
They
Yeah.
also just made some great additions too. Like the DFS prior to even the Luka trade, Dorian Finney-Smith has helped out immensely as
Yo,
well.
Vando's
I mean,
strapping.
Vando is
Vando's
slobbing
playing
his
good ball.
thing.
I don't like Vando.
I
I'm
know,
quick to call him
I
out.
know.
Vando's playing good ball right now.
Yeah.
Vando has a very clear-cut role on this team now. You're not asking him to do anything offensively. Just go out there and lock down, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
like, I know this is a player-centric thing, but again, me and Jaimo were texting about this the other day. Bro, JJ Redick is just coaching his fucking ass
Yes.
off, dude. It's nuts because they're just playing team ball on both sides, and like everyone has a defined role and everyone's excelling in that defined role. Jackson Hayes has been sick. You mentioned I call them the big three of wings, and Vando, DFS, and Rui, all three of them. They're
Yep.
playing different roles, but playing them perfectly. Obviously, LeBron. Luka hasn't even like hit his stride yet in
Yep.
terms of his efficiency, but Austin Reeves, like they're insane.
Oh
They're
man,
nuts.
Reeves is a
So
Reeves is a
interesting about
baller.
Luka, like the past few games, 4 steals, 3 steals, 0, and then 3 and 2. Like
His activity,
Yeah.
and that was kind of a trend like earlier in the year too. When he just missed a lot of time in Dallas, but he was playing good defense, like in terms of getting steals. It's just Luka, the thing's always going to
Right.
be, can he stay in front of someone?
right,
But
right.
like he's always had active it's kind of similar to Jokic, where like
Yes.
those guys, their instincts are just through the roof. So even though they lack in athleticism, they're always going to be active with their hands and intelligent on that side.
That's
of the
all you
ball.
could ask for in the
Yeah.
end from these guys
Force a
too.
couple
'Cause
turnovers,
look,
too,
I'm
yeah.
not expecting you to stay in front of your guy.
yeah.
Like, just be active, force some turnovers and stuff. Yeah, this Lakers team, not even just LeBron. This Lakers team is very much legit, and I mean the King is still playing All NBA first team ball.
Yeah,
bro.
with Bron's efficiency though, he has to be a lock on the first
He's
team.
over 50% from the field.
bro,
like,
he's
it's-
55 right now, 55%,
Yeah,
and
it's
probably
unreal.
could play up to 55 years old at this point.
Is it
Like,
crazy
seems
to
like
say
it.
he's the most consistent NBA player in history?
no,
Consistent?
no,
I mean, yeah, no.
he is.
Yeah.
Just
He
like
is.
He's the model of consistency, yeah.
he's
it's unbelievable.
yeah, it's not okay.
How does one person become that good and then I mean the rest of the NBA is super talented, but like
It's just like,
how
bro,
do you do
How
it?
are you 40 and still a top 5 player in the NBA?
That's
he's always
insane.
been like the Swiss Army knife, but like and able to do everything, but especially in his LA tenure, like he's literally not even just the 5 positions, but just in terms of like roles. Like he's
Right.
think about it, right now, like he's playing like a true 4-man, playing off the ball, catching, shooting, attacking closeouts,
defender,
playing
yeah.
elite defense. When they won the ship 5 years ago, he was the fucking point
point
guard.
guard, yeah.
Yep.
He was the point guard. Like
Yep.
it's not fucking normal, bro.
Switching and playing the 5 too right now, like it's
And he's still at work, no matter what role it is. At worst, he's a top 5 player in the fucking league. Like it's not normal, bro.
It's
not
so
normal.
not normal. And like even but like you said with the consistency, like back in Miami, they were running LeBron at center. Everyone was the same.
Yeah.
The narrative was the same that LeBron can play all 1 through 5
Yeah.
and still be the best at all of them.
yeah, it really was like kind of ahead of its time.
Yeah.
LeBron was like technically listed as a small forward, but played power forward more than anything else.
Yeah.
Played some minutes at center. Like this man is a one of one. We will never, point blank period, never see another player like LeBron James in our lifetime.
Absolutely not.
LeBron, yeah.
LeBron James.
All right.
Yeah.
So you can never get enough LeBron glazing on this podcast.
it's
We will do that.
We
all
will
the
do
time.
we will do that enough.
Every chance we
Did
get.
you guys know there's a position at Krispy Kreme called the head glazer? I found this out yesterday. No, it's insane. Imagine like, yo, what do you do for work? I'm a head glazer.
I'm the head glazer.
I'm the head
not a
glazer.
I'm the head glazer.
I'm the head glazer at Krispy Kreme. That's insane. And it pays like
Putting that
21
on
to
your
23
LinkedIn,
an hour.
bro. Imagine like putting that on
Head
your LinkedIn.
glazer?
Head
Yeah.
glazer.
Bro, it pays about like 22 an hour, and the job's open in California.
Bro,
So
go
if you-
take it, Pete.
No, I'm happy where I'm at, but
Oh,
you know,
okay.
yeah. But like,
It's a good response.
You never know. You know?
You
might
never
need
know.
might need that job. You know, you never know. If you guys need the job.
Glaze
I
on,
wonder-
just glaze on the weekends.
I wonder
Yo.
what your job title entails, to be honest.
What?
That's
Head
my
gla-
question.
Head glazer.
What is the job
Yeah.
description?
So, listen, sometimes you have to go beyond the job description. All right. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Oh my
You
god.
gotta stand out to get the job sometimes.
Yeah, I guess so.
How are you gonna separate yourself from other
How you-
candidates?
What makes you the head glazer?
Why should we give you the head glazing position?
Why should
Yeah.
we give you the position you want? Yeah.
Show us.
Show
Show us
Go
why
ahead.
you should be the head glazer.
Today's the
Pretend
verbal,
I'm the glazy.
Today's the verbal interview. Tomorrow's the physical.
Tomorrow's the physical.
Tomorrow's the oral interview. This one's the.
I'm gonna glaze some donuts tomorrow.
Oh, jeez.
Donuts, wink.
Let's glaze some more NBA players. now.
Sure. All right. So these are the 5 guys on our All NBA second team. These are the 5 guys on my All NBA. These are the 5 guys on my All NBA second team.
Well, you gotta say it a little
No,
louder.
no. These are the 5 guys on my All NBA second team. All right.
I got you. I know it's gonna.
Starting off is our king, Jalen Brunson. Right behind him is Karl Anthony Towns. Then I've got Anthony Edwards, Cade Cunningham, and Kevin Durant.
I love that we have 2 New York Knicks on this list.
Yeah.
That's a flex, man.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold
I
up.
mean,
Just trying to.
I don't think I.
I don't think
honestly
I have
any
beef with anyone on that.
complaints.
I mean, you could argue a Donovan Mitchell, but I would say Cade Cunningham is probably having a better season.
yeah, it's tough because Cavs are so good.
You get
I thought
Jaren
about
on
it.
there. Like you guys know, I love Cade. Cade's my dog. Does Jaren have a case over Cade?
Is Cade the last guy on that list? Would we say? Because
If I had to take someone off, he'd probably be the first
you
one
said
off.
Jalen, Cat, Ant, and
KD.
KD. Yeah, KD's having a season too. Ant.
What about Donovan Mitchell?
Just throwing it out there. I would maybe put Cade over Ant. I would say Ant is probably
know.
my first guy off the All NBA second
I don't
team.
know. It's,
My personal first guy off the All NBA second team.
yeah.
I think what Cade has done with Detroit this year is
Cade's definitely doing more with less.
that's what I'm
That's
saying.
true.
Yeah.
Cade has just been unbelievable this year. Like
Yeah.
taking a team that really has no business to have the record and be where they are right now and bringing them to this spot. I mean, Anthony Edwards, the Timberwolves were successful last year. Yes, I know, some different pieces this year and some injuries and all that, but I don't know, man. Relative to expectations, Cade Cunningham has
Sure.
just
Yeah,
blown
but-
them away.
And it's shooting like damn near 45%.
I know he is, and I get that, but
40 on the dot.
for me, it has to be more than a statistical case. And Cade still matches the statistical case, too, in terms of his ability to
like
put up numbers. I mean,
9, 26,
yeah,
9,
bro.
something like that. Yeah.
If it comes down to anything, I would have Cade as not the last guy on that list. Certainly, I think it would be Anthony Edwards, and I don't know if I'd put Jaren over Ant or Cade, but it's close.
yeah.
It's definitely close for me, especially with how good the Grizzlies have been, and he's the best player on
Yeah.
the team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I have any complaints with
No,
that.
I think you definitely made the team. Like you could always argue, like you're gonna put.
Yeah, Jaren would probably be my next guy up, but I don't think he has a case over.
Jaren is in
Ant.
there for me. I mean, I'm assuming these guys are going to be on the All NBA third team, but
Yeah.
Jaren is there for me. Donovan Mitchell is there for me. Those would be the first 2 guys I'd probably name, but I want to hear the All NBA third team and see how we.
So my All NBA third team is Jaren Jackson Jr., Domantas Sabonis, Steph Curry, Donovan Mitchell, and I have Kyrie Irving. Until I know that he's gonna miss time, then I'll take him off. But
It's so sad that like we've come to Curry being on the third.
Shit,
was-
but he's playing his way up. Though.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was about to say that.
yeah, exactly. Like in this season, if the season ended today, he might not even be on there. But like he had 56 the other night.
Who's
and, like,
your
he's-
Who's your next guy up if Kyrie doesn't?
It was
qualify?
between Kyrie and probably Jaylen Brown.
Okay.
I
like
would
that.
say D Book is up there for me too.
I'd have
Book's tough.
Evan Mobley over all those guys.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Okay.
He's definitely in
Don,
consideration.
you don't like Donovan on any on.
He's
Well,
on
Donovan got
going
listed
the
for
third.
the
Oh,
only
sorry.
third,
Yeah.
yeah.
My bad.
Mobes is
The conversation for me would be Mobes and Kyrie. Anyone else?
Sure.
I would want to.
I mean,
imply that
Mobley's
Booker could
probably
be up
going to
there.
win the DPOY. Now that
Well,
Wemby's
AD
not
can't
in
win
it.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
That's what
yeah,
I'm saying.
he's the favorite
Probably,
now.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
then
don't
he's
know
definitely
what
gotta
the
get on
odds are,
there.
but he's probably like the clear favorite. So
It was Wemby and then him,
yeah, that's
I
what I'm
think,
saying.
but it was just a runaway with Wemby.
but
at
Wemby
that
doesn't
point.
qualify.
But Wemby doesn't
yeah.
qualify anymore, so yeah, I guess it's gonna be Mobes. He
AD
deserves
don't
it.
qualify. Chet don't qualify. Rudy's not good.
Chet don't qualify.
And
No,
Rudy's
he hasn't
missing
played
games
enough
recently,
games.
too. Rudy's missing games.
Yeah, Rudy
Um,
also doesn't qualify, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
He's just fucking ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I really have no complaints. I think the only like complaint, and I don't even feel strongly about it, is maybe Jaren has a case for second team because he's been so fucking good, but he has the same argument as a Cade and an Ant Edwards,
He is the
though,
best
of
on the
being the
Grizzlies,
best
yeah.
player on the team and
with a
having
great
team
record.
success. So,
Yeah.
With a great record. Like
I mean, he's averaging what, like 23 points a
23.
game? Yeah.
23 and like 6 and 3 or whatever.
Whatever,
And then
yeah.
like
Yeah.
obviously the 2 blocks.
Yeah, I know we're
Uh,
supposed to argue, but I feel like you. Though
We're
I
supposed to argue.
I
Here
feel
we
like-
are. We
I
are.
feel like the
I know ball.
list
It's
kind
boring to
of
agree.
falls into place though. Like,
Yeah.
It's
I feel like there's not like a tier in talent, but a tier in the resume of this season between the first, second, and third teams. Like
Yeah.
it all, like the guys who are on the first team are
Yeah.
clearly first teamers.
Right.
With the first guy on the next team, Jalen Brunson, maybe having a case, but it all falls into place.
right.
Same thing with second or third team. Like maybe a guy like Jaren has a case, but it all kind of just falls.
I can
into
see
place.
Donovan too. I mean,
Do you think
but,
there's
yeah.
any team in the NBA right now that would be able to beat the first team?
No.
Absolutely
Oh,
not.
God.
If that was a thing.
Well, especially because those teams would lose their if Shea's on the first team,
Oh,
is he
yeah,
not
then it
on the
would ruin
Thunder?
it,
Are
yeah.
we cloning them? Like, are we cloning these?
I mean,
Like,
players?
you know
even
what?
still,
Sure, even
regardless,
still,
no,
yeah.
No, yeah.
chance.
What about the second team?
no.
No.
Third team?
Yes.
Third team, maybe.
Who's beating the second team?
Well, do they have unlimited stamina?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, then yeah, forget it. Nobody's beating them.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to make us beef. All right.
Nobody's beat.
No, I didn't.
I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, like Chris
No.
said, it kind of does just all fall into place. Like I would love to argue about it and beef about it, but there's really nothing to be had. in
No,
terms
there's
of
no. There's
beefing.
really no
Did
disagreement.
you guys?
we
What?
should blind rank all NBA first teams. We should do that as a TikTok. It's a good idea.
Oh, that's a good one.
We'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, with that.
Yo, we should do a trivia of filling out the All NBA team. We haven't done
We
that
haven't
in
done that in
so
a
I was gonna do
long.
that because the one. Remember the one from like '92 or whatever we did, banged. I was
Yeah.
gonna say we should do
Bro,
one of
we
those.
really
But
did
that's
that
when we
kinda-
used to use our phones. That's
yeah,
why
that's
it
right.
banged.
And we got
Well,
that's
now,
right, we got
now
yelled
we
at
can
for-
now we
I
can
know.
write them
But
down.
we
We'll see
got
if they
yelled at
bang
for
again.
using
No,
our
that's why it
phones,
did
yeah.
so well.
Oh yeah, that is true. They were the comments were
Yeah.
ripping us
Right,
apart with
right.
that.
Bro,
Before we move on, we were talking about Donovan Mitchell. Did you guys happen to watch the Celtics Cavs game from what Friday night it was?
I didn't.
I did
No.
not. I was working.
It was real.
I was
cool.
gonna, and then I checked the,
The
score,
Celtics
and they were up.
Yeah,
20.
the Celtics were up $1 million, and then the
Yeah.
Cavs just fought back. In that fourth quarter was
Fuck
nuts, bro.
Fuck outta here.
Donovan, Tatum, Jalen Brown, Garland, like the four of them were just going at it, bro.
It is crazy that like that happened, and like Tatum did that. That Tatum and Brown were like, "Get the fuck out of here," and everyone thinks like Tatum sold the game or something. Like that's what the media would have you thinking. The guy had like what a 46-point triple double.
Basically, yeah.
crazy.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. That's
was
gonna
talking.
be if that is
Bro.
the Eastern Conference Finals, man.
It's gonna
That
be a
is gonna be an
movie.
electrifying series.
It was just such good hoops because they're both great defensive teams, but they're also both so good offensively that they could get what they want. Like, granted, the Celtics were missing Drew and Porzingis, so some of the bench guys had to play like extensive minutes. But Cavs saw like, all right, Sam Hauser's where we're gonna win, so we are going to get the ball in Donovan or Darius's hands every time, and we are gonna get Sam Hauser and they executed.
It's
Donovan
very
was
similar to
bro,
how the
they,
Celtics
yes,
go at
and
them.
they were doing the same thing on Garland down on the other end. Jalen Brown was taking Garland every time, so it was just like, yeah, we're good defensively, but we're so good offensively that we're gonna just get what we want.
That
bro.
concerns me though. Like come playoff time, the fact that one of your two
I mean, both
most
of them
important
were
or
gonna-
three most important is gonna get picked apart like that.
So,
yeah, but the
my-
Cavs have so much versatility, bro.
they do.
Like,
I agree.
They could close with whatever's working.
I saw a clip of Melo talking about the Knicks on his podcast, and like one of the things that makes the Celtics so great is their ability to, I don't want to say mismatch hunt, but like matchup hunt. Like Darius Garland's on the floor, we're getting it. Why does everyone switch everything then? Like why can't we just once in a while like you got to stay home?
Because everyone's,
you know what I mean? Like
such great shooters too that it's like even if you come up so far on the screen, like it's impossible.
right, then you got someone in drop coverage.
Yeah,
Yes.
because if you're like hard hedging the screen and waiting for your guy to get back, then like you could these guys like a guy like Darius Garland, let's say, if he's getting hit with a hard hedge, Darius Garland's just Karl Anthony Towns is hedging on a
Yes.
Darius Garland coming off the screen. Darius Garland's just turning the corner for a layup, and then everyone's in
Yeah.
rotation, and it fucks
Yeah.
up your defense.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like sometimes the only way is to switch, unless you trust like that the guy's not gonna. A lot of they play drop because the analytics tell these guys not to shoot the mid range, but that's why a guy like Chris Paul will kill drop coverage
Right.
because
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
not programmed like that.
No.
He'll kill you in the mid range. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, certain guys will just shoot the mid range jumper over and over and over.
but that's
again,
why a
like-
lot of teams play drop because today's players aren't programmed to beat
Threes and
drop
layups,
coverage.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what you want to get, and that's what you want to protect on the other end.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, I guess it's just, I guess it's more in the case of the Knicks. Like there's supposed to be, I know this isn't a Knicks thing, but like OG and Bridges, like I feel like those guys, they just on Tatum and Brown, they got to stay home at some time. You know what I mean? Like you got to fight over a screen. If you're that level of defensive
you
guy,
can't
sometimes
be letting Cat get on them boys, bro. Like you cannot. Yeah, I mean, if it's bad, dude. Like it almost is to the point in the NBA now where like you really can't have a bad defender on the floor.
that's what I'm like.
No.
It's like everyone in the NBA switches every single time.
Yeah.
Like it's tough. Yeah, and then, like how are they not supposed to get the matchups they want? Like.
Everyone's
then I
so
guess you gotta play
skilled.
help
Because
defense and everything
but sometimes
too.
you
Yeah.
just gotta trust your guys to guard. Because
Right,
if you're
right.
not switching, they'll kill you even easier.
Exactly.
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like at least if
Grass is greener on the other
if
side, I
Cat's
guess. Yeah.
switching on to Tatum, like at least we have a chance. Like, hey, maybe Cat could get this stop. But if we're hard hedging and Tatum's turning the corner into a wide open
Yeah,
paint, we're
forget it.
fucked. you
Right,
know
or
what I mean?
Cat's on Tatum, but then he goes left and OG's waiting there for him or something like that. Like
I mean, yeah. At least you could like
if you
prepare
switch,
for that.
if you switch, it's not happening fast. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah,
If you
yeah.
switch, it's Tatum coming off the screen. Okay, now Cat's guarding me. Let me take 5 seconds to
Yup.
size him up
Mhm.
while we're all just sitting in help like this.
yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah, right.
So like we could, it like slows when you switch. It slows the offense down, so they're not
Yeah.
moving. Boom, 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 boom. So
Yeah, it's a tough stitch, man. That's why I just don't see us being able to compete with the best teams in the league. And this isn't a Knicks conversation, but like the Celtics and the Cavs, I mean, to
Yeah.
an extent, can switch and put up a fight in
Yeah.
almost 1 through 5 scenarios. Like
that's the
obviously,
thing. The Cavs. That's what I mean about their versatility. They're not scared to close with Mobley and then just switch everything
Mhm.
and trust
yeah,
that,
yeah.
You know
I
what
mean, it's just the problem is,
like Mobley at the 5. I mean,
yeah, but being Garland being as important as he is, it's hard to not have him out there. And I mean, you can take him out and have Donovan as your lead playmaker, but now you're
yeah,
basically
I mean, it
leaving
depends
it
on
with
the
just
matchup.
Donovan.
If Garland's getting killed and then he's not cooking on the other side, like I'm sure Kenny won't have any
Playoffs,
problem
yeah.
yanking him. You know what I mean? But he's defending his ass off and he's trying his
he
ass
is trying
off.
his ass
and
off.
when he's killing on the other end, like he makes up for it. So
Right, if he's pouring in 25 on the
Yeah.
other end, then
Yeah,
give
Cavs
up
are,
a few on
Cavs are
defense.
dudes
problem.
can't stay in front of him, bro.
Yeah,
So
Cavs are
shifty.
definitely a problem.
yeah.
So
Speaking of problems,
Nice.
these are the
Yes.
players who have impressed us the most this NBA season. Some surprises who we maybe didn't see it coming from them, but they've just impressed us and wowed us. So, who wants to get it started?
I'll
Yeah.
start with. This is a tough one. I wasn't gonna go here when you first brought this up, but I'm gonna go with Jaren Jackson Jr. Man, his ability to be the best player on that team, like, is really impressive. If you would have told me that Ja Morant was gonna take a step back this season, like one of my predictions before the season was that the Grizzlies would be 3 seed. I think I said the 3 seed. And if you would have told me that Ja was gonna not be as effective as he's been in the past, I would have said, all right, that's not happening. Then they're a playing
Right.
team. But the fact that Jaren has been able to stay as great as he is on defense and pick up his offensive game and his efficiency, especially, has been super impressive. And for him to be in the All-NBA conversation and having more of an argument for the second team than not on it at all is really impressive.
Yeah, it's really cool to see because I feel like we were getting to a point with Jaren, and it wasn't a bad thing, but we were getting to a point with him where it was like, this is who he
This is
is.
who he
Like,
is,
he's a potential defensive player of the year who spaces the floor and could be a great second or third option on a team.
Mhm.
I agree with you. I didn't think he had best number one option on one of the top teams in the West in him. So it's been impressive. His touch is insane, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if Jaren's one of those dudes who had a late growth spurt type of guy, but like he has so much guard
Guard in him.
skills to his game.
Yeah, he's so
like,
fluid too.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Guys his size shouldn't have the he's probably the best. I don't know the exact stats, but on floaters, he's probably shooting top 5 percentage in the league, something like that. Like his 4 to 8 footer it's just cash money.
Yeah.
So he's been incredible there. Obviously, we know he can space the floor, and he's putting the ball on the floor a little bit too and getting to
Yeah.
his spots. So it's been impressive. I definitely, like you said, I didn't think he had this in
No
him,
shot,
and
yeah.
it's
Never.
been all season too. Like it seems so sustainable.
Right,
Like this might be who Jaren Jackson
Mhm.
is. It seems so sustainable. So
It felt like for me, like I thought the ceiling was what Evan Mobley was doing this year for Jaren. Like I thought that was where he was capped out. And now the
Yeah.
guy's averaging 23 on one of the best teams in the Western Conference. It's wild. It's wild. So who?
I went with a Detroit Piston, and it's not Cade Cunningham because that would have been the fun, easy answer. I went with Malik Beasley, man. He just fit in like a glove. I feel like it's just been so cool to see. He's been the vet for them that probably a lot of us going into the season, if we thought the Pistons were going to be good, we probably thought Tobias Harris was going to be this for them. But, I mean, he's with Jaden Ivey basically missing the half the season and the rest of the season coming up. Malik Beasley's probably been their second best player. I don't know if that's crazy to say, but he's
It isn't. It isn't. Like it's crazy to say in the terms of how is it possible, but not crazy to say in terms of it's true.
Like Jalen Duren's been great recently. Stewart's been great for them. Sarr's coming along. Like they have guys who have been cool, but Malik Beasley's consistently averaging 17 for them. He's shooting 43% from three. He's been one of the best high volume 3-point shooters in the league, and it's just like the thing that's most impressive, and we only know so much of it from the clips we see and the stories we hear, but I'm sure it's even deeper than what we've seen. It's just the leadership he's brought to the team. Every clip of the Detroit Pistons this year has been positive. Everyone's in good spirits, good vibes. He's fully embraced Cade Cunningham as the leader of the team, and I feel like it's only helped Cade having a guy like that in the locker room. So, and he's playing high-level defense on the other side of the ball too. He's been, asked to come off the bench for them in spurts, asked to start a little bit more recently with Jaden Ivey's injury and all that. So he's fit into exactly what they need, and I think he's been just the perfect vet for this team. So
He's on like a prove it deal too, right? Like
Yeah.
1 year, $6 million,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, bro.
he's gonna get a bag.
Yeah,
He
he's
is
getting paid.
definitely
Yeah, no,
getting
he's
paid.
I hope he
paid.
stays here though, because
Yeah.
he's a guy who's bounced around a little bit. Oh,
Yeah.
he'd be the perfect guy for a contender,
Yep.
and then the pressure, was what it was. He was horrible with the Lakers.
Right.
So.
Yeah, some players eventually find their fit on that team.
Takes
Yeah.
him takes
It
him a
would be
while
silly-
sometimes, but
Yeah.
yeah,
it
find
would
a
be
home.
silly for him to move from there.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm gonna go with LaMelo Ball. I feel like the past few seasons, he's always obviously been the better player on the team, but this year, there's like a different level of swag that he's coming out with. Like he's every year he gets a little bit better, but I think this year is like that year where he's really showing out. I don't know if you
Breakout,
guys, I don't know if you guys saw. I saw it live while watching the game, and I was like, this is gonna go viral. But bro literally broke through LeBron and Luka Doncic on a contested layup, and fucking cashed that shit. Like, did you see that, bro? Imagine running through LeBron and Luka and cashing a fucking layup. Like, I don't know, bro. That's like you don't see that
No,
often. And we
yeah.
probably honestly won't see that happen from anybody else in the league. I mean, maybe, I don't know, like who else would even be capable of doing that?
Couple of guys.
A
but-
couple of
Yeah,
guys
but
would
I-
be
but I
capable.
get your
More than a
point.
few,
Yeah,
but I
but
get
I
your
get your
point.
point.
So like,
I see
my
your
bad.
point.
There's other players that are gonna be capable of doing it, but who the fuck is actually gonna do that this season? Like, I just,
Sure.
I was so, no, I mean that's just how
yeah.
I think
I'm very impressed. With
I
what
think
was
the
doing this
biggest
season.
thing with LaMelo this year has been he's been healthier than he has been in the past.
Yeah, healthier. Yeah.
Healthier is the word.
Yeah.
Not necessarily healthy, but it's not
Right.
hard to be healthier than he's been in the past.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge thing. I don't think anyone ever doubted the abilities, the skills of LaMelo Ball. I mean, we knew if he had the opportunity to play an extended period of time during the season, the man would be probably averaging 25 to 30 a night. Like, he loves to shoot. He's a great passer. There's no doubt that LaMelo Ball is a great player. It's just the health that needs to stay consistent. And it seems to be a problem with the Ball brothers in general. So, so it's just unfortunate, man.
I think Charlotte, as a basketball team, is just such a toxic environment.
Yes.
Like, it's just not a place that
Doesn't Michael Jordan own the Hornets?
Yeah.
he sold
piece of
his majority share.
Did
I thought he sold
sold
off,
it?
right? Yeah.
Does he own any NBA team anymore?
No.
He still owns a piece of the Hornets, but not like enough to make decisions
make
or
decisions,
anything.
okay.
He was horrible at it, but
Yeah.
I mean, things haven't really gotten much better, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like not a place that really promotes like player growth or any, So
Yeah.
LaMelo is really good, and he's obviously gotten better. But there are a lot of people who question whether he can play winning basketball or not. But like the kid's hooping, man.
I
Like,
think you put him on
that's
a
a
different...
that's a hooper if there
That
ever
is a
was one.
hooper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
there
He
was
just
one.
that kid just eats, sleeps, breathes fucking basketball.
Yeah,
like,
he does this shit.
not that all the other players in the NBA don't, but like he's like a different level of like.
He's been
His-
in the media since he was like
That's what I mean.
Right.
Like,
13 years
his
old.
whole
bro.
personality since he was literally before even a teenager was just playing basketball,
Right.
and he was a star for it, and that's it. And I think that if you plug him into the right team, I think he'll play winning basketball.
There was a
I-
report that came out like yesterday that says he wants his name to be traded this season. I hope he gets traded.
I
really
think
do.
he
hope
should
to
get
God.
traded.
It's
Bro,
just
imagine
so
on, like, the
hard to
Lakers.
believe that he'll reach his full potential in Charlotte and
won't.
they'll
He won't.
figure
Right.
things
He
out
won't.
around
Exactly.
him. So it's just like Lamelo's the type of guy who it seems like he needs what Cade got this year. He needs veteran leadership and guys
100%.
to
Bro, imagine him on the Lakers, bro.
Yeah, I mean
Like-
he like
Well, that
LeBron
ain't
would be
happening, but-
obviously
Yeah.
like, the guy, but he needs someone like that who's kind of been there, done that, and knows how to win to kind of teach him the way, you
for
know.
sure. Yeah.
Imagine him on the
Like,
Knicks, bro.
he's a
From
guy-
top to bottom though too.
I just
like
wonder
all over
where,
the organization.
Where is the spot?
Imagine the Knicks.
Like
Spurs, but they went and
Spurs,
got
yeah.
Fox.
They went and got Fox. Yeah.
Spurs would have been sick too, because not only playing with Wemby, but to be behind Chris. But like I think that's going to benefit Fox in the long run too. Just learning from a guy like Chris Paul.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like
Imagine
I don't
Yeah.
know where he goes.
Imagine other teams other players and other teams took a pay cut like they did, which like Jalen Brunson did, and he just made a fucking super team, man.
Well,
Like,
It'll eventually
Why-
happen
he's
one
trying.
day.
I'm just saying,
he's
like,
trying. Yeah.
like, bro, imagine like even if LaMelo came to the Knicks, it's a different story. If LaMelo went to the Lakers, different story.
Yeah.
If LaMelo went to the Thunder, different story.
We are talking about if he
Yeah.
went to some of the best
Bro,
teams.
If he
LaMelo
went to
LaMelo
majority of
low
the
key
teams-
could go to the Thunder. Like
I think
yeah.
LaMelo.
no, that could
they
happen.
honestly could
Yeah.
get
I
him.
think LaMelo is a guy who, like, I've seen enough that with the right people around him, he could kind of take. I don't think LaMelo could be the best player on a championship team. I don't
No,
think
I
that's
don't
a
think he's
crazy
shown
hot
that
Similar to
yet.
a
take.
Tyrese Halliburton run.
I
But
don't.
I think LaMelo. I know, like, you want LaMelo to be LaMelo, but I think LaMelo in, like, a little bit of a reduced usage role, like playing alongside another guy who could create for themselves and kind of playing off the ball and using him in different ways, as a cutter, as a high post, like, put his passing on full display,
Yeah.
get
Right.
him in, high post situations, things like that. He's a guy who he plays even bigger than he is, I feel like. He's
100%.
He's-
Toronto. It's like
Toronto could use him, I guess.
they just traded for Brandon Ingram too.
I don't know.
Oh,
The
God,
Raptors
it's
are weird.
I,
such
don't know,
a
I didn't even.
weird-
Orlando.
The Raptors weren't
Perfect.
even on my.
Orlando.
Orlando.
Do it.
Yes.
Go
No,
get
but
him,
then he's not even
please.
gonna reach his full potential there. I
What-
feel like
I think it's better than Charlotte.
It definitely got a
with
better
the fully
shot than
healthy
Charlotte.
team, maybe. But like, I don't even think that'll even. He used to go to like a team that could win a championship.
You want him in a big market.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like the Celtics.
Yeah.
bro, I was thinking that. I just didn't say it. But that's not. I don't think that would
it's
ever
not
happen.
possible.
That's just not possible. But I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
Actually, I do know.
LaMelo,
He needs
it's
to go to another
tough
fucking
because
team.
it's tough to watch because the Hornets are so fucking ass. But
Right.
then when you really
Bro,
like dissect his game,
think-
he's a walking highlight reel.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know?
Yo, he's doing everything, and
Yeah.
it's like so sad. So what? They won. It's for the 14 and 46 this season,
Oh my
Jesus
god.
Christ. My God.
bro. And
Yeah.
like Lamelo's playing like fucking star ball, bro.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
his
How
stats-
many games did he play this season?
A
I know
lot.
it's
He's
probably a little over 40.
games played
14,
60.
46.
Jeez, he's
No.
played every.
No.
What?
They've
He's
played
played 38
60.
games.
38. Oh, I think the
Yeah.
stats. I'm on StatMuse. It says games played 60, which is all the games.
That's
Well,
for the
the
Hornets,
Charlotte
yeah.
Hornets played 60
The Hornets
games,
have played 60.
Yeah.
games.
Right.
LaMelo's played 38.
All right, that's more than he's probably played in the last 4 seasons. But
And I bet you all fucking 14 wins is when Melo was on the court.
Yeah,
You know what I
it
mean?
is.
Definitely,
It's
yeah.
more.
You
In his second year, he played 75 games, but then the last 2 years, it's been 36 and 22.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
But that's part of the
dog
thing
shit.
is like every year they're nowhere close to being a decent
What's the
team.
point of
so
him
like,
even
why
trying
are you
to
gonna?
play?
Wasn't
Yeah,
there the
why?
bet last year that like the Hornets not to win another game for the rest
No,
of
it
the
was
season?
the
Oh,
That was
Pistons.
Pistons. That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Pistons, yeah.
That
Oh,
was
God,
funny.
that
Did you
was
guys?
so
Did you guys
bad.
take that or no?
No.
No,
I didn't.
No,
I didn't.
absolutely not. But
I was going to, but I missed it. It was at plus 10,000, and I missed it. And I was like,
it
I'm not
was
taking
it
anything
was
less than
not
that.
happening. It was
Yeah.
not happening.
That would
but
be terrible. I would honestly wouldn't even want to see that.
No.
yeah, I mean,
That's like upsetting to see. Like,
shout out to LaMelo, and I think I could piggyback off that one a little bit because my guy's a hooper's hooper as well. I gotta say, Tyler Hero has impressed the hell out of me this year.
Yeah.
Taking the All-Star jump, and I always thought that Tyler Hero was going to be pigeonholed into this 6-man role. This come off the bench, go get buckets, and not be focused on becoming a lead playmaker. And I think we all thought after Jimmy gets traded, after all the stuff that's happened with the Miami Heat, that Bam Adebayo would be the clear-cut best player on the Heat. And that just hasn't been the case this season. Tyler Hero is having the most efficient season of his career with the highest usage of his career and being a lead playmaker for the Miami Heat, which I didn't think was in there for him. So he took a massive leap this year that I didn't see coming. He's been incredible, and usually I don't like the archetypes of guys that just get a bunch of buckets, but I got to say I'm super impressed with the way Tyler Hero has played this year. Efficient ball, great playmaker, and yeah, Tyler Hero has proven that he's leaps and bounds better than I ever could have imagined he would be. So
Yeah,
I
he's-
love Tyler Hero, bro.
it's-
Yeah.
Like kind of similar to LaMelo, where he's not LaMelo, two completely different guys, but they play with swag, man.
yes.
Yeah.
Swag with 2 G's.
Swag with
Honestly.
2 Gs.
And it, like, clearly, I think, the Heat were playing hardball with that whole Jimmy situation, but I think the emergence of a guy like Tyler Hero made them feel more comfortable in trading Jimmy Butler and made them feel more comfortable about the long-term future of the team and, Tyler Hero being a cornerstone building block because he was the guy whose name was in trade rumors for years and
Yeah.
years and
Yeah.
years as the guy to go trade to go get Jimmy a second superstar, but now we're at a point where they traded Jimmy, and Tyler Hero's probably the guy moving forward for them.
Oh yeah,
So
no, he's.
it's cool to see.
definitely
Shout out to him.
If they could get a star, I wonder what this team can do.
right. LaMelo.
Like, I know they just had a
Get
Jimmy.
LaMelo.
I know they
Imagine
just had a
LaMelo.
Jimmy
Get
Butler,
LaMelo.
but
They're in
Like,
a good spot.
they are. They're
Not
in a
for
better spot than
maybe
you
not
think.
for the immediate future.
Yeah, I was gonna
but
say they don't have any assets right now, but
I
don't
almost
think they have
wonder
any
if they
they're gonna
trade.
free up money soon.
Yeah,
They
for
drafted
sure, for
Khalil
sure.
Ware, who's been.
And they always
sick,
get
yeah.
a free
Yeah, he's
agent
like a baby
at some
Wemby.
point or another. He
Yeah.
is. He's good.
You guys ever
Where?
been to a Heat game? No.
No.
Well, it was like one of the best games I ever went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, tickets were perfectly priced for like really good seats, and like the energy there was just fucking awesome. But
My uncle
I
went
wanna go
to one of the finals games when they played the Mavs and Dirk.
bro, so the
Oh, Chris Move saw the Ray Allen shot.
Yeah, he
What?
did.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
That's
know that?
insane. I did
He's
not
in the
know
back
that.
of one of the
Yeah,
pictures.
he's in the back of
picture,
one of the
in
pictures.
back.
Yeah. Chris
Chris
Move.
What?
Chris who?
Smooth.
You don't know Smooth?
No, I don't know.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
Can we just like what?
He's one of
He's
the
a
OG
YouTuber.
like
Yeah.
2K YouTubers. That's why.
Oh wait.
He says like, get that guy a map.
That's a
Shot
smooth
clock.
move.
Cheese.
Why not let it fly?
Oh no, I was thinking about something else. It says
Spin
record label for him now.
move.
You know, record label.
What?
It says Chris Move.
That is
record
the
label.
guy. Yeah, that
It
is
says
Chris
record
Move.
label. What do you open a record
I
label?
mean, he got vocals, so I'm not surprised.
Nah, bro, one of the best games ever. And the pregame so lit with all the like they fucking blow fire and you. Yeah, I don't know. I think the fire was
Oh,
exciting.
because the Heat.
I don't even like fire. Yeah.
I don't even like fire.
I don't really fuck with fire, but like that shit was fire. Like,
Jeez.
that was not a bar. Stop it.
nah, it was one of the better games I ever went to. Honestly, fucking great.
If we ever go to Miami,
No, you gotta
Um,
hit a Heat game. I have to.
Real quick, since we talked about most impressed, you guys want to throw out a player that has disappointed you this season?
Player that's depressed us.
Like you depressed us, yeah.
well-
It's a great point because, like you said Hero, and it made me think of Bam Adebayo. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, Bam. I feel
I'll
like
stand
Bam
on
has
that hill with you,
disappointed the
too.
shit
Yeah.
out of me this
Should
year.
we all just agree with that being the
Agreed.
player?
Everyone's disappointed. Bam. Nah, it's Bam for me because like everyone
sorry, he's
Go ahead.
probably been the most disappointing
Yeah.
relative to expectations. Probably been the most disappointing player in the league.
Everyone
this
just
year.
talks about how he has this
Paul George,
Paul George.
Oh
yeah.
my God,
Yeah,
yes.
but
yeah.
that's the obvious one.
Yeah. But Bam like should have this. You know, he's got this skill set that's so uncommon in that he.
Yeah, the books are like 13 rebounds this game. I'm like,
hell no.
hammer the under. No good.
He just
Yo,
hasn't taken a
Bam's
step up.
under on rebounds normally does me so well. That's one of
Yeah.
my favorite props.
Bro,
Bro, they
always
always
take the
set
over and I
Bam's
fucking-
line so high, bro.
Yeah, ridiculously high. That's why first thing I thought of was like, wait, his rebound
When they were
line-
going on the run to the finals a few years ago, bro, I was hammering the Bam
I
under
remember
on
that, yeah.
rebounds. That was my lock.
Was he on Team USA?
Bam?
Yes.
He was, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, Bam was supposed to, with Jimmy, like, being out the door, Bam was supposed to make the leap that Tyler Hero made.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
Not only has he
Perfect way to
not done
describe
that,
it.
he's
Regressed
regressed. Like,
Kind of
significantly.
yeah.
it's kind of like what we were saying about Jaren, but Jaren proved us wrong. But Bam
Right.
kind of just is who he is, bro. Like, he's,
Yeah.
like, Bam's just not an aggressive offensive
No, he's
player.
not.
Like,
Still great basketball player.
he's
Just-
like low-key gotten less aggressive because not only does he like not shoot enough, but now he's not even going to the basket. Like
Nope.
bro, he shoots so many
Too many
short
mid-range-
mid-range shots.
too
Yeah.
too,
many
like-
mid-range jumpers, bro.
So yeah, Bam's been disappointing. I'm trying to think of another guy.
I'd still love for the Knicks to trade for him.
Paulo's been
Paulo.
pretty
Oh, Paulo's
disappointing,
been set.
but we're
yeah.
gonna talk about
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
so I'm not gonna go
Um,
into that. Obviously, PG, Joel Embiid.
Joel
Mikal
Embiid,
Bridges.
forget it. Mikal has been.
Mhm.
I think the way that people have spoken about Mikal this year is a little bit blown out of proportions, only because he was traded
started-
for 5.
the
He
thing
didn't
is
ask
he-
for this.
Right. He also started the year really, really bad,
Yes.
and has gotten better since then. But like, still has. You know,
I'm not gonna lie.
got 5. We got traded 5 first.
I
round
love
picks for him,
Macau,
bro.
but I feel like, I mean, are you surprised? A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
I'll tell you now.
I'm a little bit surprised, but I also like. I guess what I'm trying to say is I didn't have, like, insane expectations.
No, yeah.
You know what I
Mikal
mean?
is a guy to me that this might be hating, but he's a guy to me who the idea of him was always better than Mikal. Always.
Him
better
with the
than
Suns was
Mikal.
great.
Yeah.
He was good.
Him with the Suns
He
was
a
his best
defensive
role.
player of the year candidate.
Yeah.
He was a good
He's
shooter.
good,
He was a
yeah.
good 3-and-D guy. Like, pull up midi. That's about it. But I
And
look,
that's
I mean,
ruined him.
yeah, this
Brooklyn Bridges.
Yeah.
This one's close to home for me. We traded him obviously this offseason, and he's barely played this year, but even when he has, he's been god awful. Julius Randle.
Mm.
I thought you were
Julius
gonna say
Randle.
Dante, because Dante fits everything you just.
Same.
Julius, like, I don't know, maybe it's just because like he
It's a
was a Knick
bad
and I always
fit.
loved him. But
It's a
yeah, it's
bad
he
fit.
got dealt a bad hand. Like, he's so obvious. They so obviously never wanted him long term either.
Yes.
Like it was a 1-year rental.
Mhm.
So like, and this is a
I
guy
know.
who has lacked motivation in the past and had even less this year. So, but yeah, no doubt he's been disappointing.
I wonder
feel
what's next for him.
Yeah, I wonder where he
What-
goes to.
It sucks because
Where does
like,
he go?
had
How
a
much money does
home.
he get
He
too?
had a
Like,
home, and
yeah.
it's just like what
I
what other team really wants to bring in that guy like long term?
Another
like,
disappointing
honestly.
does
team.
he go
like-
back to the 6-man Julius Randle? Or whatever team he goes to? Like, is that where
I could
we're at
see
now?
that, like what Pete said, like a team like the Hornets just being silly and bringing him in.
Raptors.
Like, yeah, like just for no reason at
With the
all.
Hornets, do you think it's a
Trade piece.
franchise thing?
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
been
It's
bad
just
our
like
whole
the franchise,
lifetime.
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
no, they're just poorly run. Like every decision they make.
Every
is wrong.
everything about them. They don't
Everyone,
develop
everyone they
talent.
draft, everyone they draft is bad. Everyone they
Every
sign
head
is
coach they
overpaid.
get
Every
is-
head
Yeah.
coach is terrible.
I was gonna say they need like
everything.
a Mark Cuban's come in and just like change the game
Yeah,
like he did
they-
for the
yeah.
Mavericks. Like
yeah,
You
Yeah.
need a culture setter. That's the
a
thing.
culture set. Yes, exactly.
You need a culture
but you're right.
setter,
It's got to
yeah.
start from the top. Like
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
100%.
Are there any other names?
It's a
Well,
good
I was gonna
measure
say
for
if,
top.
For good
it's a good
measure.
measure. It's a special. I was gonna say if if you want to talk about things that are awful this year, we got a
Things that are
team.
awful?
We got a team that I know we want to talk about.
We got a team that's been pretty ass.
It's been pretty
Pretty
ass.
awful.
Pretty awful, and that's the.
You forgot.
Oh Jesus Christ!
forgot.
I actually folded it up.
Oh,
Nah, the
Lord
Orlando.
have mercy.
That's the Orlando Magic. I don't know why. I was about to say New Orleans Pelicans. and I'm like, what the fuck
you
am I
took
saying?
the-
Well,
I'm
they
sorry.
have been very disappointing
You-
as well
yeah,
this year,
You
but
took the initiative to do that
transition us.
transition yourself.
You gotta leave everybody.
forgot the
You gotta
fucking
leave
team.
everybody like. Oh my god, what's he gonna say?
You didn't know what you were gonna say.
I
didn't know what I
no
was gonna
idea.
say.
Nah,
So, anyways,
yeah, the Orlando Magic has been absolutely fucking dog cheeks, and I'm gonna let Matty J, talk about it.
So anyways, one of the most disappointing teams relative to expectations, or at least our expectations on this podcast so far this season, was the Orlando Magic. They made some free agent moves that I thought would potentially turn this team around a bit. They've had some serious injuries. Franz Wagner goes down. Paolo Banchero goes down. They're two best players at certain points in the season. Obviously, that doesn't help the way that they continue, the way that they build chemistry throughout the year, but they have still disappointed, and that is still something that we must talk about. The Orlando Magic have fallen from grace, and I think they see themselves outside of the playoff picture right now and in the play-in, or are they the 8th seed?
I believe they're the 8th seed right now.
So it's been quite disappointing. The Magic is not in the air for Orlando, so I'm curious, how do we
That's a professional. That's a professional.
So how do we feel about the Magic? How do we feel about the guy that was supposed to take a superstar leap this year in Paolo Banchero? And overall, what's the outlook on the future?
I mean, yeah, disappointing is the one word to describe it. Like, it's just Paolo. I saw a stat. Paolo's shooting 48% from mid range this year, and he takes a lot of mid range jumpers.
He
takes a ton of mid range jumpers, and he doesn't make many of them. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope was a guy that's supposed to be one of the better signings of free agency. Forgot how to shoot a basketball.
Forgot how to shoot a basketball.
He literally
whole team did.
No, the whole team. Yeah, the whole team literally forgot how to
They're
shoot a basketball.
historically bad.
They are one of the worst offenses we've ever seen. Franz Wagner's having a hell of a year when he's played. But he can't shoot threes either. And it's just rough. And this goes all the way back to not even this past offseason, but the offseason before that. I mean, they had 2 top 10 picks. They drafted Anthony Black, who I think is a really good player, but the fit was questioned at the time. And they drafted Jett Howard over guys like Grady Dick and Jordan Hawkins.
Yep.
Who were both really good shooters coming out and are good shooters in the NBA. And it just felt like after last season, the path forward was so clear. Put shooters around Paolo, make the offense better, get shot creators on the team, and they just didn't do that at all. They didn't. Like I said, they went out and got KCP. He forgot how to shoot.
Bro, it's so
and
funny.
Who else? Like,
it's so funny. So when you look up Orlando Magic biggest problems, the first thing that comes up is by OrlandoMagicDaily.com. The Orlando Magic's biggest problem all season has been their inability to shoot.
yeah.
Yep.
Literally, it's just shooting. Like,
They
literally
just
what
can't-
you're
they
saying.
cannot shoot the
They
ball.
just can't
literally
shoot.
cannot
It's like, I
shoot
know
the
what I'm talking
basketball.
about.
Defensive ability's all right, but, like, the shooting is just fucking
That's
awful.
the, like their
I know what I'm talking about.
their defense was like insanely good last year. And it's also not as great, but like they just have no creators on offense, no guys who can execute on offense. It's so bad.
Yeah.
And I feel like Cole Anthony just doesn't even
They don't even play him.
get play. Like,
Why? Why aren't
he
they
probably
playing
gets play, but like he doesn't play.
No, he doesn't.
He definitely gets play.
He doesn't. He really doesn't play. And then, you just got these, like I said, these other guys just stinking it up on offense. Like Wendell Carter, awful.
Yeah.
John Isaac, great on defense, can't shoot a basketball. Like so many guys that
Suggs regressed this year.
yeah,
too,
so
I
many
mean.
guys that are so bad on offense. I've never seen it.
Yeah. I'm looking at, like, stats. Like, it's bad. Over their last 15 games, you have Franz averaging 26, you have Powell averaging 23, and then it's Cole Anthony averaging 12 on the head, and then no other double-digit scores.
Jeez,
and
bro.
it's,
What about hammering the under on every single one of their games?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Go
over
ahead.
the last 15 games, they're shooting 30% from 3, which is second worst in the league. But then the thing that stands out is they're only shooting 31 3-point attempts, which is the worst in the league. So, like, obviously, like,
And it's still bad.
it's mathematics. So, like, if you're not shooting a lot of 3-pointers, which are inherently more valuable than 2-pointers and 1-pointers at the free throw line, 3-point shot is the most valuable. If you're not shooting a lot of those, you're going to struggle to put up points. If you're not shooting the most valuable shot, like, it's all simple math. And I mean, yeah, this team's just lacking a pure playmaker. I mean, I loved Anthony Black, the prospect, but he's just not. He's not the shooter that, like, he needs to be out there consistently. But overall, he's not the player that he was drafted to be. I mean, he was drafted with such a high pick. He can't score. His playmaking was a little overrated. He's a good defender, but that's about it. This team has enough good defenders.
I was gonna say that's the whole team.
Yeah, Wendell Carter Jr. is supposed to be like this floor spacing 5. He can't shoot.
He has been. It's so weird. It's so weird.
He was money from mid range too.
But like he can't shoot anymore. Like he fell off. Like you mentioned, KCP has just been a complete miss for them. Like they just, and it's like a lot of people are questioning, like, oh, is Paolo not who we thought he was? And is he not that guy? It's just like, bro, like, yes, Paolo's not shooting the ball well, but like, what do we expect? Like, look at this roster, and I mean, this is a team that started off 17-10 too, and now they're under 500. Like, it's been bad. They're 5-10 in their last 15. Jalen Suggs is now out indefinitely for them. Like, there's a clear path for this team to get better in the future, but like for this season, it's just a complete wash.
Totally
like you can't.
over, yeah.
They were a team that was supposed to take a jump, and if anything, they've went backwards. So it's tough to watch. It sucks because
you cannot watch them.
Yeah, like genuinely, it sucks to watch. It's boring basketball.
It hurts me to watch.
Hurts to watch.
If you want me to keep it a stack, like the coach Jamal Mosley's probably on the hot seat. Like obviously, it's a talent. It's a talent issue,
I really
but
don't
they've
even think he's the worst ever. But
no, but it's just the way the NBA works. They've been one of the worst offensive teams for his entire tenure. Like something's got to give, So
yeah, I just like so.
One of my could probably be their best shooter right now.
Sure. One of my other takes was that Trae Young would get traded here at the deadline. And like you said, I think if they go out and get a star like that, like a star point guard that can really orchestrate an offense, but then you also have to have guys that can put the ball in the basket. So like, yeah, it's just they went out and got so many defenders, and last year they played great defense, and it just hasn't translated from here. The Paolo thing is like, it's kind of like Cade. Like there were people who questioned whether Cade was actually a franchise guy or not. Not a lot of people knew he just had a fucking terrible team around him.
Yeah.
But Paolo, it's like the same thing. Like he showed us everything last year, and sure, he hasn't been as good as we wanted him to be this year, but missed a lot of time. And I mean, he scored 50 in the fourth game of the season or something like that. So he's still got the talent in there, and let's get a better team around him before we.
It's gonna be really tough though if Franz and Paolo are both still going to be incapable of shooting an average clip from three.
Right,
for
that's
an
the
extended
thing.
period
Is
of time to build a team around these two.
And Franz has gotten so much better this year, but he still can't shoot.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, we could say Paolo needs to be better at basketball without saying, "Oh my gosh, I don't know if Paolo could be the guy."
Yeah,
like he's 23 years old, maybe he's probably 22. I don't know,
exactly,
something like that. Like,
no, they're both studs. It's just they might.
But
not
I agree.
Fit
it'll
together.
never. Like they'll never be able to get to the top if both of them aren't shooting. But they should be a better team despite that. Like it's kind of similar to the Hornets in a way too, where this is just a team that's kind of just bad at building rosters, and they have been for majority of our lives.
They came further last year than the Hornets ever have in their
existence.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
I was
Like,
gonna
so
say,
that's what I'm saying. They
Magic-
had such a linear path forward, in my opinion.
I think the
like,
Magic have a better chance of taking things a little bit.
Oh,
further
yeah,
than
for
the
sure.
Hornets.
absolutely, absolutely.
But just in general, like, are we surprised the Orlando Magic had what looked like to be a bright future ahead of them, and it looks like they fucked it up for right now? Like, no.
There's a path.
The Hornets have done that. How what I mean?
Right,
That's what I mean.
yeah.
There's a
Similar.
path to a trade. I mean, there is.
I
Franz
completely agree.
is one of
LaMelo
the better.
too. I mean, if LaMelo's really available,
yeah, I mean,
why
either
not?
one, but
yeah.
I've heard reports. I think they talked about this on Numbers on the Board. I think Kenny was talking about it, where the Orlando Magic GM came out and said I don't go out and trade, call teams about trades. I only answer calls, which is just
bro, what
terrible way to go about it. Because and this is a team that made no moves at the deadline, and
he
was
might
a
not be
team-
joking.
That's what I'm saying, like that, and that's just such a bad way to go about it. Because with a team like this, with such a good young foundation, you got to be aggressive.
Yeah,
and
I only do
especially-
half my job.
Bro said, Nico Harrison, hold my fucking beer.
And especially being like I know it's Florida, Orlando, but let's be real. In the grand scheme of things, the Magic are kind of like a small market team.
Yeah.
Like they operate like a
Yeah,
small
they
market
do.
team.
Yeah,
so it's
absolutely.
like when you have a future in front of you, you got to be aggressive. And that's what I'm saying. It seems like it was true because this is one of the few. How many teams didn't make a single move at this trade deadline? Not that many. So
No.
I think we're one of them.
Yeah.
No,
And
we
I
got
mean,
Dillon right.
I will say the Magic too over the last few years
So
have
we
just
didn't do anything.
been killed with injuries, and like that's
Two things can be true.
yeah, that's a part of it. You got to overcome it, but also they've just been dealt a unlucky hand. Like I said, Jalen Suggs is now out for the year. Powell obviously missed a month in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Franz has missed some time.
KCP failed.
That's the thing. There's a lot of factors too, like
Yeah.
that are affecting it. Like the if we're gonna make this Orlando Magic versus the Hornets, like the
Oh,
Hornets
it's
are
not.
We're not.
no. But I'm saying like if you want to look at the two teams and be like, oh, they both suck. Like to be fair, like Orlando Magic had some bad fucking cards dealt to them with all the injuries. I know the Hornets have a fairly unhealthy LaMelo for most of the time, but even with healthy LaMelo, I mean it's still they're still 14 and fucking 46. And LaMelo's been healthy majority, more than he ever has been.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think the Magic do have hopes of doing, at least maybe improving the stats a little bit by the end of the season.
Shit, you got a 22-year-old star. Yeah, you got hopes.
Yeah.
You don't got
been
hopes this year.
So bad at everything else other than drafting Paulo Franz and Jalen Suggs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything else over the last 3 years has been free agency, trades, drafting.
Yeah.
Like it's all been a
I
failure.
just don't understand how KCP was such a fucking miss. I don't get it. Like I really thought it was gonna work. He'd be the perfect.
Maybe, I
vet
mean,
for
like
this
Chris said,
team.
they have been one of the worst offenses in the league.
Yeah.
Like maybe it is deeper than it seems. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't know. Like
Maybe it is
I
Jamal
feel
Murray.
I really
He
don't
ha-
get, like-
I'd genuinely be shocked if he's the head coach of this team next year.
I mean,
I would.
Yeah,
He's had enough time for this. They shouldn't be going backwards,
No.
regardless of injuries,
100%.
regardless of roster construction. They shouldn't be going backwards.
Yeah.
not like
I mean,
this,
KCP, it's not like he's even a guy who's like turning it up a little bit recently. Like he's been bad all
No,
year.
he hasn't been
bad all
good.
I'm
year.
looking at I have all the last 15 game stats. He's 41% from the field, 20. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. 29% from three on 6 points. Like that's just.
That's
This is a guy who was
What?
like obviously he's not an all-star, but he was one of the signings of free agency.
Yeah.
Like one
He
of
was
the
he was
guys.
an all-star in
who
his
was-
role,
Yeah,
yeah.
one of the guys who was supposed to like change things for a team, and it's just been a failure. Their drafting is terrible. I
Yeah.
mean, Jet Howard missed, Caleb Houston missed, Anthony Black looks like a miss, Cole Anthony was a miss, Tristan De Silva,
think
the
Cole's
verdict's
bad?
still out. Cole Anthony's not that good.
He's not that good. Yeah.
I love Cole, but he's just not good. Like he could score a little bit, but even that he does. The one thing it's like what you say about Melo,
Yeah,
bro. Like
no,
the
I
one thing
know.
he's supposed to be good at, he does it inefficiently. So is he even good at it? Probably not. He's a small guard,
I
like
guess, yeah.
Efficiency is supposed to be like the mark of how good you are at something.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're just they have a lot of holes on the roster. Like
Right.
I think everyone besides that big three and even Jalen Suggs maybe like anything's in the air, but other than Paulo Franz and Jalen Suggs, like everyone's on the table to
absolutely.
Not
That's
be
what I was
here
about
long
to say. I
term.
don't even know if Franz is off the table right now. Franz
for
is
right
on.
this second, yeah.
I think for now, yeah.
You probably switch coaches.
You
see
gotta
if he
give
can
another
figure it
coach
out.
a
Right,
try.
yeah,
You gotta you gotta trade in the chips before they lose
Right,
value. Like you
right.
have these young players who you could still look at them and say maybe it's the situation and like they still have value, but like you gotta cash in on them before
Right.
they lose value.
Yeah.
Before a guy like Anthony Black is considered a bust, like you
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
trade
yeah.
in
100%.
cash in those chips. Still have some picks.
Which
like,
I'm sure the team that's gonna get
I
them
think
is
that's-
thinking the same thing though.
yeah,
They might be like, oh, I don't know if I want him, but
Yeah.
Well,
we'll
yeah,
give
but
you
he
this.
still has some more value than he'll have if he plays another
Right.
2 years
Peak
and doesn't
value is
do
now.
shit.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
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 And,
Unless
like,
otherwise.
that's probably the reason why they weren't really active at the trade deadline. They probably have
Yep.
like big plans for the
I would
summer.
hope.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
They're cooked this year.
Mhm.
Safe to say they're
Yeah.
cooked this
Yep.
year.
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
they're not getting in the.
But let's
playoffs.
not pull another Cade NBA discourse and give up on some of these young superstars because Paolo is still him. So let's all remember that.
Yep.
All right. I think that's pretty much everything
That's
for
that,
today.
yeah.
That's a pod, man.
Yeah, man.
All right.
It's
Well,
a pod.
thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us on all of our socials. Go join the Discord, please, and be active in the Discord. We're giving you some fantasy football advice. We're opening the forum for you guys to give us some ideas for future
We're gonna do a
podcasts.
giveaway in the Discord.
We are.
We don't know
Yes.
what we're giving away yet, but we are doing a giveaway in the Discord, so that's some incentive for you guys to join and be active in there.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
you got to join to be part of the giveaway. So
yeah, so
when we do the giveaway, I said do.
yeah. It's
also,
coming.
Yeah, it's
The
coming.
doo-doo's coming.
The doo-doo is coming.
The doo-doo is coming. And let us know what you guys would want to give away for, because honestly, we could.
Yeah, we haven't decided.
We
yet,
haven't really
so You guys
decided.
can pick
Yeah, if you guys
whatever
like,
y'all want.
and I don't even want to throw out an idea like, oh, it could be this or that. Like literally, OG idea. Like come out with it. Tell us in the Discord, and we'll make it happen because we love you.
P-feet picks.
If that is what is requested the most,
I'm
we
making
must give.
I'm
what-
making a million Discord accounts.
We must give what the people want, right?
Yeah, but like we keep saying, the Discord, obviously we want to just talk to you guys and be like build more of a community. But the main thing with the Discord is we want to hear from you guys what content we should be pushing out and give you
Yes.
guys the content you want to see for you guys to watch.
Yeah.
We don't want to be doing content if you guys aren't going to watch it. So
Right.
if we have a place for you guys to tell us what you guys want to see, then
100%.
it all
Yeah,
works
like,
out
if you
for
guys-
everyone.
It's your guys' opportunity to have a more personal, relationship with us, So, we also got the voice chats in there. Like, we'll hop in there. We could even verbally talk about it. You don't got to always text about it, too.
Yeah, and I mean, if
And-
you guys hate like basketball content, feel free to let us know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
feel free
like-
to tell us.
Feel free to
be
let us
honest.
know.
Tell us what you want. At the end of the day, like we do this because we love it,
We're
and we do
servants
it
of the
because
people.
we do it, when you guys love it. So let us know what you love, and we'll make it happen. But definitely join the Discord. All the links are in our bio, and let us know not only what content you want, but what you guys would want for a giveaway, and we'll make it happen.
Yep.
And with that,
Bowl game.
Ball game.
Ball game.